Better movement and quality of life starts in 5 seconds. I'll see you there. Let's begin by taking some deep breaths here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, raising your arms so that you can feel the air coming in and you can feel the air pushing out. This is a great way to start your exercise routine, whether you're 55 and older or you're just tired of waking up and it's sounding like the 4th of July. Just keep breathing and keep pulling. All right, we'll transition into some dives here. We're literally keeping a neutral spine while diving toward the ground to the best of your ability. And then we're bringing the arms back and circulating them in the same motion. This right here is going to open up your lower back, and it's going to also open up your hips without overstressing them. This is a great way to start your routine after your breathing exercises. Just keep diving and you're going to start feeling better. Now we can transition into some true hip openers. You're going to maintain a neutral spine here, and you're going to lock the arm into the hip, and then you're going to use the other arm to open up. You're literally opening up your hip with each and every movement. Now the trick here is to keep the arm locked into the hip as you open up on the other side. You're going to feel this in your lower back, you're going to feel it in your groin, and you're going to just feel better overall because those hips have been tight for way too long. Okay, here we're going to maintain neutral spine and we're going to do some helicopters here. Simply just pushing the arms out to the side of the body and turn halfway, just allowing the spine to get some fluidity. And this right here will be allowing you to feel better with people that have lower back pain. Sometimes we don't realize that motion is lotion. Okay, let's transition here to some cat-cows. Here you're going to add mobility back to your back while also adding fluidity back into your back. This here, you're pushing your shoulders forward and chest back, and then chest out and shoulders back. This here will feel good, and it'll also release some tension. All right, this is one of my favorites, and we're just simply doing the opposite. So what we're doing is we're allowing our legs to come out while the opposite arm comes out. And what we're doing here is we're kind of making our body stay in balance by doing the opposite arm with the opposite hand. All right, let's move on here to some reach and pulls. What you'll be doing is reaching over your head, leaning toward that side, reaching and pulling. This here will open up your obliques. Also, you'll feel a nice stretch in your lower back as well. This is one that I would do every morning, but especially when I'm training people that have lower back issues. All right, moving right along, we're going to do some hamstring stretches here. And you're just going to bring your leg out and reach to an area that's challenging but not straining. We just want to open up our hamstrings here, and you guessed it, it's also for your lower back. Lower back injuries are one of the most common injuries in our world, and we need to try to prevent it, but also improve the symptoms if we have lower back issues already. All right, we can move along here to some heel raises. And this right here puts blood flow in the calves while also allowing us to maintain some toe flexibility. This is a great one to add to your routine, but it's also good for people that have walking imbalances and also just need to strengthen their feet all around. Circulation, blood flow for the win. All right, now we're going to move to some hip openers. And this here, we're just doing a motion of bringing the hip up and over and up and over right back to where it started. This here is really good for the hip socket. Don't go out too wide, kind of go with the flow and see how you feel. You may hear some popping in here, but this is just opening that hip socket back up and getting it more fluid to a place where when you're walking, it feels more comfortable. All right, we'll transition here to a glute stretch. And what we're going to do is we're going to assist our leg, pull it over to the other leg, and we're just going to move our toes up and down like so. You're going to feel a stretch in your glute, which is really good for walking, but it's also good for posture. All right, and as you're doing this movement, you'll feel a pull in the glute, and you'll also feel blood flow going from the glute all the way down to the toes. I recommend this for any and everybody, no matter what age group. All right, now we're going to do some push and pulls. You open your hands, push out, grab, and pull in. Right now we're doing an overhand push and an underhand pull, which is really, really good for stimulating your back and your chest. Blood flow is healthy. All right, let's move along here to really getting some fluidity in that hip capsule. We're just going to straighten the leg and turn and rotate slightly to the left, slightly to the right. This right here is really good for your hips. I've seen people do this exercise and literally reduce their hip pain by 35 to 40%, which is insane. You may feel some light popping here, but it's really a sign of air and stiffness. So as long as there's no pain, keep doing the movement nice and easy. Keep maintaining neutral spine and control your breathing. Let's go. All right, let's transition here to something that I put together while doing a class, and it's really just putting left leg, right leg out, left arm, right arm out. This right here helps with coordination, but it also helps with body control, being able to move your legs without the help of your hands to help you balance. This improves balance, coordination, but most of all, it's motion, so you know it's lotion. And if you made it this far, you're already feeling better So why not pronate and supinate, which really just means bringing your arms out straight in a pronated position and just turning them over in a supinated position. This helps for blood flow in the shoulders, forearms, while providing a very good stretch for the shoulder capsule and the elbow, giving blood flow all the way down to the hands. All right, let's move right along here to some runners, and you guessed it, it's literally running in place. This here gives you a sense of independence. Whether you can run or not, you can run right here, stimulating some cardiovascular, some hip movement, while also being able to burn some extra calories. Now, who says no to that? Listen, if you made it this far, I just want to tell you thank you, and I appreciate you watching. Let me know in the comments how you feel and what I should do next. I guarantee you when you get up, you'll feel better than when you started. Thanks for watching.